I think the talk which was to be given by Dr. Partha, the correct way to do ICL, I will be sharing that talk now, and uh, we have seen few challenging cases also by now, but you all have got orientation of what ICL is. But to coming back to those who are going to start ICL practice, the people after getting the chart and after getting the lens in our armamentarium, we will take the patient to the operation room. Before that, we should have a well dilated pupil, fully dilated 8 millimeter minimum, and it is done under topical anesthesia, draping and speculum as we do in a normal cases, and normal sterile technique we adopt. In this, the important thing is the loading of lens is done first, unlike we take the lens out after the cataract surgery is done. Lubrication with BSS, then with viscoelastic. It is placed in the cartridge. The lens is taken out from the bottle. It comes in a bottle which is filled with BSS. This is the cartridge. The cartridge is already been filled with BSS first, followed by a few drops of viscoelastic. And this is a coin-shaped forceps and other forceps. This is a front loading technique. So from the front part of the cartridge, the forceps is inserted and the lens is pulled into the nozzle of the cartridge, and this cartridge is then loaded into the injector system. So this is how it is done. We will show you the case again, and we will show the. So the first the patient is draped, then we load the lens. After the lens is pulled out from the, and this is a soft tip plunger. The lens has to be removed and used, loading also should be done through the soft tip plunger. We don't use any forceps. Sorry for the interruption. Thank you. So always use soft tip plunger to handle the lens, and this has to be hydrated. It comes in a dried form. It has to be hydrated by putting some BSS on it, or you put it in a glass bottle for some time. The two edges of the lens are tucked in the cartridge on either side, and it should be flat, it should not be tilted, and then it is pulled, as you can see here. The cartridge is loaded on the injector system. We use a 3.2 millimeter clear corneal incision. Mind it, our lens is still there, crystalline lens is clear, and we have to be, our angulation should be such that it is not going to touch. Always use new blade. I use paracentesis, bimanual irrigation aspiration to remove the viscoelastic. So I make 2 paracentesis opening. Slowly inject the ICL. Our cartridge tip should remain in the tunnel. That is very important. Otherwise, if it goes inside the tunnel, then it can touch the endothelium or the lens. And see, the advancing edge should go. There is a hole in the advancing edge, and that should be on the right side, and this lens manipulator comes, and through the paracentesis incision we tuck the haptic of the lens behind the iris, fill some more viscoelastic through the same opening, paracentesis opening. You pull it slightly and then fold it, and this maneuver has to be learned, which is not difficult, and just pull it and then tuck it behind the iris. For this, we should require a fully dilated pupil. If it is small, then tucking is difficult. Removal of OVD, I use sodium hyaluronate because it comes in a bolus, and I don't find any problem in injecting the lens through this. The injection of the viscoelastic in the anterior chamber should be less. It should not be fully filled with the viscoelastic. Otherwise, this lens it becomes difficult for the lens to be pushed inside. And through the central opening, I can remove the viscoelastic which is present behind the ICL and in front of the crystalline lens. Remove all the viscoelastic, and this will make the eye quiet in the immediate post-operative period, hydrate the incisions. If you use coaxial irrigation aspiration, that also can be used. So, I will now coming to the toric ICL, marking can be done on the slit lamp manually, which will be like this, or we can use a bubble marker or any other marker can be used. अब ठीक है, हम बार बार नहीं करें, whatever. So नहीं उसमें नहीं लगेगा. Okay. I don't know. So now we come, the ICL people, they will send this sheet to you and it will tell us how the lens has to be placed inside the eye. The lens orientation should be 17 degree. We have to turn the lens clockwise, as you can see below. And 17 degree means the lens axis should be 163 degree. And intraoperatively, you can use the Mendel's marker and mark 090 degree, and after that the lens axis which has to be placed, that has to be marked, and lens has to be oriented accordingly. And then I am using the intraoperative Varion system. The lens is brought out and Varion system is there to guide us where the lens has to be placed. And at 0 degree or 180 degree, we have to make an incision to paracentesis. Fill the chamber with viscoelastic. It should not be fully filled. And the lens is injected gently, slowly in the anterior chamber over the iris. It should not go under the iris first. Put some more viscoelastic over the lens so that with the iris manipulator, lens manipulator, you tuck the haptics behind the iris. And this is a toric lens. These are the marks present on the toric lens. You have to align these lines which are present on the periphery of the optic with the orientation of the axis, which was 17 degree, as you can see. And removal of viscoelastic and hydration of wound, all 3 wounds is done. And next day we have to see the case. We should avoid rotating the ICL over the lens capsule. Do not lift or massage the iris to resolve iris capture. Tuck the foot plates and haptic gently under the iris. 2 hours post-operatively, check the IOP. If IOP is more than 24 millimeter mercury or 10 millimeter mercury higher than the pre-op, then there could be chance of retained viscoelastic, which is the commonest thing, or non-patent iridotomies could be there, but now we are using V4C model. Shallow anterior chamber with the high vault could be the cause for the rise in intraocular pressure in the immediate post-operative period. We should look at the anterior chamber depth and in the reaction in the anterior chamber, check the pupil and ICL centration, check the IOL vault. Low vault is common in the immediate post-operative period, and put the antibiotic and steroid eye drop or give some oral NSAID. Post-operatively, we maintain the drops of steroids and antibiotic for a month or 3 weeks, and that's what we do. And this is how it appears post-operatively. The lens vault is seen, and we have discussed about the cataract. This is a case of anterior subcapsular cataract. Thank you, and we will take up the question. I think we have still 10 minutes for you. Any question? Just one quick question, otherwise we can take it later.
Okay. For toric ICL, do you always make the main incision 180 degree or like in the steep
No,
axis?
incision should be at 180 degree.
Why not in the steeper axis?
When we are using toric ICL, then we are correcting the lens cylindrical power with the toric lens. So that's the reason why we don't use.
But if we make the incision in the steeper area, like where
then it will add.
Okay.
No, we are using toric lens, no? So if we are using that, that is going to compound the astigmatism. What we have calculated before, that will, I mean, you are adding some power to it, and that will